When you deeply think about someone you love, it can evoke a wide range of emotions, from feelings of joy and contentment, to longing and heartache. The act of thinking about a loved one can be both uplifting and painful at the same time. But why does this happen? One theory that explains this mystery is that when an individual thinks about someone they love, their brain releases oxytocin, a hormone often referred to as the cuddle hormone or the love hormone. Oxytocin is associated with feelings of bonding, attachment, and trust, and has been shown to increase in both men and women when they are with someone they care about. This flood of oxytocin can create a sense of euphoria and well-being, making the individual feel good when they think about their loved one. Oxytocin can also reduce stress and anxiety, making the person more relaxed and improve their overall mood. Additionally, the release of dopamine, another neurotransmitter, is also triggered when you think about someone you love. Dopamine is associated with pleasure and reward, and is thought to play a role in the intense feeling of excitement and joy you experience when thinking about your loved one. It also triggers the release of serotonin, another neurotransmitter, associated with happiness and well-being. Another theory is that thinking about someone you love can activate certain memories and emotions associated with that person. For example, when a person thinks about a loved one who has passed away, they may be reminded of happy memories shared together, but also feel a sense of sadness and loss. Similarly, if you think about a loved one who is far away, you feel a sense of longing and yearning to be with them. These emotions are associated with the release of cortisol, a stress hormone, which can create feelings of sadness and anxiety. Thinking about someone you love affects your behavior and decisions. For example, when you are in love, you are more likely to take risks and make sacrifices for your loved one. You are also more likely to engage in behaviors that promote the well-being of your loved one, such as cooking for them, buying them gifts, or supporting them through difficult times. This behavior is associated with the release of endorphins, which are responsible for feelings of pleasure and reward. Thinking about your loved one evokes a complex range of emotions and physiological responses. From the release of hormones associated with bonding and pleasure, to the activation of memories and emotions associated with your loved one, the act of thinking about someone you care about deeply have a profound impact on your emotional and physical well-being. Cognitive processes are affected when you think about your loved ones. Research has shown that when we think about someone we care about deeply, our brains are more likely to focus on positive memories and traits associated with that person, and to overlook negative aspects. This phenomenon is known as positive bias, and is thought to be a protective mechanism that helps us maintain our emotional connection to the person we love. Additionally, it also has been observed that people who think about their loved one tend to perform better in cognitive tasks, such as memory recall and problem solving, than those who don't. Thinking about someone you love have implications for our social lives. When you are in love, you are likely to seek out social support and to engage in behaviors that promote social bonding. For example, you are likely to confide in friends and family members about your relationship, and to seek advice and support when you are going through difficult times. This behavior is thought to be related to the release of oxytocin, which promotes feelings of trust and attachment. Thinking about someone you love have implications for your physical health. Studies have shown that people who are in loving relationships tend to have lower levels of stress hormones, such as cortisol, and are less likely to develop stress-related illnesses such as hypertension and cardiovascular disease. They also tend to have stronger immune systems and are less likely to get sick. This is likely due to the positive effects that love and social support can have on our emotional and physiological well-being. When you think about your loved one, you have far-reaching implications for your emotional, cognitive, social, and physical well-being. From the release of hormones that promote feelings of bonding and pleasure, to the activation of positive memories and emotions, to the benefits to our cognitive and physical health, thinking about someone you care about deeply can have a profound impact on your lives. It is also important to note that the intensity of emotions and physiological responses can vary depending on the stage of the relationship. For example, when a person is in the early stages of falling in love, they may experience intense feelings of infatuation, accompanied by a flood of hormones such as dopamine, that can make them feel euphoric and anxious at the same time. As the relationship progresses and becomes more stable, these intense feelings may subside, and the person may experience more consistent feelings of contentment and happiness. A person will have a significant impact on their self-perception and self-esteem. Being in a loving relationship can make a person more secure and valued, leading to increased self-confidence and self-worth. It also helps an individual to become more accepting of themselves and more forgiving of their own flaws. Additionally, people in a loving relationship tend to have a more positive outlook on life, which can have beneficial effects on their mental health. It is also important to mention that the effects of thinking about someone you love are not limited to romantic relationships. The same physiological and emotional responses can also be evoked when you think about a close family member or a friend. The bond of love and affection between family members and friends can have similar effects on your emotional, cognitive, social, and physical well-being. It is also important to note that the intensity of emotions and physiological responses can vary depending on the stage of the relationship. In the early stages of falling in love, individuals may experience intense feelings of infatuation, whereas in more stable relationships, the feelings may be more consistent and subdued. Additionally, thinking about someone we love can have a significant impact on our self-perception and self-esteem, leading to increased self-confidence and self-worth. In conclusion, thinking about someone you love is a powerful tool to improve your emotional, cognitive, social, and physical well-being. It is important to cultivate positive relationships and to take the time to think about the people you care about deeply, as it can have a significant impact on your life.